Welcome to D. Moshelle Entertainment and Fashions. I am your host, Donna Michelle Franklin, and I'm so glad that you have come back to be with us on tonight. It's Friday night, and I hope that your month and your week was fantastic. So we are coming back with part two with our wonderful friend, Preston from Small Boutique, and we're going to finish off where we started. I'm not even going to hold this up because there's so much greatness that's in this young man. This young man has so much that he can pour out into us as people out there that is trying to, do what he's doing. Wonderful things. He has leveled up within the last 10 years. My God, I mean, the things that he's doing. Let's just go right on it. Welcome back, Preston. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm so glad to hear that. So we're going to go right back on into what we was talking about. New York Fashion Week. Preston is a promoter. He's a producer. He wears many hats, and now he is all over the world, all over the country of United States, and he's going globally, international. And I'm just so proud of this young man. He's doing such an awesome. I was there in the beginning from 2012 until now. This is his 10th anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I can't wait to see what your next 10 years is going to be at the end. But let's jump right on in. Talk to us about and talk to those that want to be producers. Talk to the models out there, the designers, the things that are looked upon, how to be chosen to be in particular shows and how you can start, just give us some nuggets.
Um, I think that for anybody in the industry, I think consistency is key. Excuse me.
Amen.
I think people aren't consistent, especially if they are not, if they feel like, I don't want to say the word benefit, but if they feel like it's not serving them. Because benefiting and serving you is two different things.
True.
So I think that people, when something's not serving them, meaning just entertaining you, people tend to give up or, but you have to get into the culture. And I use the word culture because it needs to be part of your everyday practice, your thought process, the way you are. Exactly.
Your passion.
You have to you have to get in the culture of being what you want to be all of the time.
Right.
Even when it's not serving you.
Right.
If you're a designer, you got to be a designer all the time. When you broke, when all the time. You can't do it halfway or only when it was good. You have to be that, commit to that, and swear on that, and also get into the culture of doing whatever it takes to get to that point. And I think also in this industry, people need to understand, I like to say 10 equals 1. And what I mean by that, for every 10 things that you do in this industry is only going to equal to one thing. Meaning, you have to do more in order to get where you are. But for every 10 things you do, especially models, for every 10 gigs you do for free, it'll lead to one paid gig.
Can you say that again?
For every 10 leads to one. So 10 things equals one thing.
Yes.
And people need to understand that you gotta love this industry and you have to do it all the time. And a lot of times the 10 equal 1 rule is also good for models, because I feel like people get to a point where they feel like they've been doing things for a while. Right. And it should be a certain way because you've been here for a while. And I see a lot of models just drop out and just kind of say, I'm, if I can't get this, I'm not going to do that, or I should be getting this now because I've been doing this for so long.
And they only did two things, maybe
Or it's
two
only been,
projects.
or it's only been 2 years, or you know, um, you know, just anything. But
Put your
it's
time in.
just,
Because
yeah,
I seen the older, and I talked to a lot of the older models that's out there for 25 years plus, and
mhm,
they didn't stop. They're your 10
right,
to 1. They've done everything that and they held on to it. And they walked every kind of runway there was until they got to where they need to get to. You don't let
right. And I think this generation is so instant. They forget to grow with their peers. Everything's so individual. If you keep on showing up for this designer for free, when they finally get $1 million, you will be the person that they call. But if you just throw up your hands and say, I ain't doing it, it's about, like I said, the old school fashion industry was about meeting a group of people who all wanted the same thing. Maybe in different industries, maybe you hang out with a makeup artist and I'm a designer, and this person does hair and this person does this. And but
talk
we all need to be connected,
connected together.
but separately.
Right,
We go out and do separate work,
right.
but we're connected. So you know, when I get the call and I need whatever, I have that go-to first people who grew with me and and we just did the work because the work needed to be done. Not, it wasn't like you owe me type of thing.
Mhm.
Um, and if they did owe you, they would repay you by hiring you for that big project.
Right.
But people don't grow with brands or people anymore. So everybody wants instant gratification.
And hold on to what?
Right.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Exactly. Because
When I'm blessed, you're blessed. When you're
exactly.
blessed, I'm blessed. We bless one another. That's how it goes.
Mhm.
That's how it's a domino effect. If you come hold of some information or a fashion show is going on, you bring your peers. Listen,
Right.
go and go to this thing here. Like my friend Adrian, he just hit me up. He's like, D Michelle, I'm having a fashion show. Um, invite all your friends. I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
I start blasting all over just putting his fashion show. Where
Mhm.
is it? Where is it? Yes, I gave it to so many people. That's how we got to do. We got to support
Yeah.
one another, and I want to see the success in him. He was big at one time and he still is. But I know when he do this fashion show, it's going to be amazing because he's
Mhm.
amazing, but he's humble to call on me and say, D Moshel, I need your help. He ain't so, like, oh,
Right.
he's like,
And,
no,
and that's how people have to be. They can't be so closed in or selfish minded, or because an industry is something where everybody kind of working together to generate revenue for that industry. So,
say
you
that.
know, we have to, it's just, you know, I think I've been in it so long, I've seen two generations kind
You
of
have.
approach it differently.
Yeah.
Both have their flaws, both have their advantages, but that's just the way it is. But consistency is key.
Mhm.
And the narcissistic, I'm supposed to have fun, I'm supposed to, like the things that some of these people say, and it just doesn't serve them. And in order to be in the industry too, you have to pay attention to what's right and what's going to be for you, and understand change. You can't be closed off to change.
Right.
um
And
whether-
I'm so open to change. And that's another thing. That's the key thing too, because people don't know how to change. They say, oh, this is what, no, some things are not going to always be the same.
right,
The world is revolving.
because that's what's happening now. A lot of people are coming out of the pandemic, and life is starting back up again. I call it the resurgence of life.
Uh-huh.
and everything's resurging, and people are coming back out in industries and fashion and concerts, music and stuff. And some people, are complaining that it's changing, and it is changing, but
It is. It
you
is.
you're only complaining because you're not changing with it.
Right.
you
So
know.
how's it has changed for you? What is the specifics that has changed for you? What do you see a little different from what you when you started?
A lot has changed for me. Just incorporating tech into SBFW. I've always incorporated tech into SBFW technology, but I was one of the first fashion weeks, independent fashion weeks, that guaranteed that designers get photos and videos.
Right.
Some of these shows, not to talk about anybody else, but some of them don't offer anything but just the show.
They take their
So
money and that's it. And
yeah,
that's
you
why that's
show
why a
and
lot of designers are discouraged.
right, and you show and you don't get pictures, you don't get photos, you get pushed in the show, you get pushed backstage, you dress your models, you come out, you wave, and then they throw you out. So SBFW was the first one to say no. You know, at first I had a media team. Now, at first, no, at first I was depending. I had regular media just coming to go,
Right.
do stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then I saw some designers were getting attention, some designers weren't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I say, I need to have my own in-house press.
Right.
So I can make sure that they at least get an interview. Because again, you could be not getting interview because it's no more time. You can't 15 designers in one show, all these showcases, you can only get so many people. So I started to have my own press, and that's something that I incorporated
Mm-hmm.
to ensure that they get an interview on top of their runway show and stuff.
Right.
And just moving forward through the decade, um video
Mm-hmm.
and everything has changed. How I film my videos now, everything is more geared towards Instagram and social media, and that's more important than the show at this point,
Mm-hmm.
because especially with the pandemic. But the way we shoot fashion now, especially for the platforms that we're viewing fashion on, which is Instagram and Snapchat and all these TikTok, um, that has changed, and what people want to see
Mm-hmm.
regarding models, regarding camera angles, regarding what will catch the attention of the next generation coming up.
Right.
Also, fashion has changed in the sense of everything doesn't happen at the show anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, people used to be like, I'm vending, I want to make my money back and call it a day. But sometimes you come to the show, you don't make any money, and then we post you and you're getting sales ongoing and stuff like that. So that's another thing that has
That's
changed.
advertisement. Yes, the
Yeah,
advertisement. You get
it's more leverage when you do a show. Now because of tech, you can take SBFW can take a designer with us till next year. I usually promote them all year, from this New York to that New York.
right.
We
Because
keep it going.
yeah, so people that
So
don't know that there's always two New York Fashion Weeks. It's one that's in February, which we're in right now, and then the
mhm,
next one is in September. It's always the second week, first week of September and February.
mhm.
And so that we look for those times, and you go into the other fashion weeks in the other states and countries. Which
Right.
let's talk about Paris. You're going into Paris now. So when is that supposed to come together?
That's going to be during Paris Fashion Week in September. Hopefully with the pandemic and all of the restrictions and stuff, England just lifted their restriction
Mhm.
last week on the 11th. So you don't even have to take a COVID test to go over there
Say
now.
what?
So,
All right.
and that I was happy about that because I was nervous because I leave Friday, but um, and especially wanting to go from like London to Paris, which is like a train ride. It's like going from Newark to Trenton almost, same
Right.
amount of time. You just crossing, country lines, but you need a COVID test to get into Paris, and I wanted to go to Amsterdam too.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that I don't need it to get back to London, it
Mm-hmm.
gives me a little bit of like, I'm
Right.
good. So,
Good. That's
because I would have had to take a COVID test to go and come back, and it's just been a whole bunch. So,
I want to say that I went to your show this last week, and I think it was phenomenal. You was on the rooftop, the penthouse on 45th
mhm.
and Broadway, penthouse rooftop. It was amazing. I love the way you have it. I think it's more conclusive, like very intimate, and
Right.
um, it was beautiful. And I can imagine you having that place there in the summertime, so September, if because it may be a little bigger. I know your shows, pack house.
Mhm.
And that would be a very nice place. Everybody just loved it. I mean, the pictures that I put out there, it was like, oh, that's
Yeah, I probably will go back there. They're a pretty good venue, and they in New York, it's hard to find a good venue, but I definitely want to take advantage of the terrace in the summertime.
that terrace is amazing.
Um, and right now they had COVID restrictions. The capacity, it was a lot of people, but with the COVID restrictions, they didn't want that many people, but of
Right.
course it holds more people. But we actually did have the same numbers. It's just that we usually only do 3 shows in a day, and we did 4 this time.
Okay,
So if it was 3, then that one show would have split up into the other 3, and
right.
then but each show was full. All the
It
seats
was
were
really
filled.
nice.
People were standing, but you know, um, it's good to give people space to
That's true.
room to network, take pictures,
Right.
and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
It's
do
very
like that
elegant.
space.
You always have the best. You always have it very organized and very good people and staff and everything. So I like definitely coming to Small Boutique in the New York Fashion Week. I always try to be there. But then you try to spread yourself out to other.
And you can depend on us to start on time.
Amen.
Mhm.
Amen. On time and done. Like you got
Yeah.
it now. And now I was able to talk to Preston while he was doing this thing because you're like, the day of the fashion show, was like, okay, hi Donna, all right, bye.
Hmm.
Now you have your assistants and you can talk to everybody, which is very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand what we talked about before, but we have a lot of different clips that we are going to be showing. And I want you to just to talk to those people that's new coming out there, and then we're going to shut this down because it's so much time. We could talk so much and say this all and talk all day, but it's just not enough time. But we're going to have you come back again. And however, we want to show some of the beautiful clips of your fashion runway. Small Boutique is amazing, and you have to go September. Be there when? You don't know the date yet for September, right?
September. Let me see. September 10th.
September 10th, 2022. Are you going to be in Atlanta?
Yes, we do Atlanta for the 7th time on July 9th.
July
Yes,
9th,
right after Essence
Atlanta,
Fest.
California,
LA, we're
LA.
gonna be LA, we're gonna be there in March 26th, and then we'll be in San Francisco, which is getting a lot of buzz, August 27th.
All right. Wow. Okay. So listen, guys, get your tickets, get in there because Small Boutique is up in the house. All right. So, Preston, thank you so much for coming again.
No problem.
And we're going to have you come back soon because we want to know your updates and what's going on and how your year is going. So we definitely going to pull you back in if you have some time because this man
Okay,
has so much on his plate, but he gave me the time. Thank you. I appreciate it.
no
Wow.
problem.
And you can reach him where?
Smallboutiquefw.com. There
Instagram.
you can see and the real SB fashion.
All right. And that's it for today. Thank you again for coming to D. Moshel Entertainment and Fashion on the Inspired Living Network, where Liz Black is the CEO. Thank you, Liz. Again, always love and peace and soul. They say, is the soul correct?
Okay.
Be blessed now. Bye-bye. See you next Friday, 8 p.m. Come back again. Love you. Bye-bye.